Okay, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Just to give you a bit of an introduction, my name is Marta and I'm part of the sustainability team of the university. Our role is to share best practice, support behavior change, and ultimately just help the university in reducing its waste, energy use, and carbon emissions. We also provide a focus on the environmental impacts to support a balanced approach to decision making. Our aim is to generally help the university become more sustainable and fulfill its environmental commitments. And as part of that, every year we organize Go Green Salford, which is a series of activities and events which aim to raise awareness of environmental issues and give our community a chance to engage and get involved. This event is also part of this year's Go Green Salford. We are joined by Kirsten from Hey Girls, which is a women-led social enterprise. It started in 2018 with a mission to promote and actively support period equality and sustainable menstrual products. They've created a campaign called Period Equality, which aims to support institutions such as schools, colleges, and universities, and help them provide sustainable and free period products for their communities. Our university has recently joined this campaign, and soon the products will be available on our campus. We will be sharing more information about this in the next few weeks. And if you're interested, you can also message us for details. If you don't mind, please keep your microphones muted during the talk. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat or you can ask them at the end. Thank you very much. And now we will hear from Kristen, who will tell us about Hey Girls and the campaign.
Hello, thank you so much for welcoming me here today. It's really great to start working with University of Salford on the I'll just share my screen now so everyone can have a look at the Hey Girls presentation that we have set up. There we go. So as Marta kindly introduced, we are Hey Girls. We are a social enterprise on a mission to eradicate period poverty from the UK. We know that period poverty is an issue that affects 1 in 10 women and young girls in the UK. Sadly, due to the pandemic, that number is thought to have increased to closer to 3 in 10. The definition of period poverty can sometimes be quite clouded to actually determine, but we know that every month millions of people across the UK struggle to access or afford adequate period care. Hey Girls is based in Scotland. Our HQ is up in Musselburgh, which is just outside of Edinburgh, and we've most recently opened up a distribution centre down in Suffolk to be closer to our English and Welsh partners. We're a business for good, we're a social enterprise. That means that we're not for profit and we generate business to help our community. We are a plastic free company, which means all of our products are organic, vegan and plastic free. We work on a buy one, give one business model, which I'll talk a wee bit more about in a couple of slides. And we are very much at the core of communities. We like to make sure that access is a right, not a privilege. We were founded back in 2018 by Celia and her 2 daughters, Becky and Kate. Period poverty is an issue that they had to face as a family, and upon discovering that it was still an issue that modern day Britain was faced with, they decided to do something about it. And so Hey Girls was born. We believe that access to period is a privilege. And with thanks to our buy one, give one business model, we have managed to donate over 13.1 million period products across the UK. So this works when someone shops with us online or in store. That means that every box that they buy for themselves generates a box that is then donated to one of our community partners. As Marta also mentioned, we run our Period Equality campaign, which connects students to access to period care. We know that the pandemic has had a disproportionate effect on students specifically, so it's never been more important to bring attention to this fact and to support students to period care whenever they need it on campus and at home. These are just some of the amazing establishments that we have grown to work with, and more students every month are becoming period protected with Hey Girls. As we mentioned, our services cover washrooms on campus, so that means that whenever students can pop into any washroom and know that they're protected with pads and tampons ready at their disposal. But what we've also most recently done throughout the past year, while students were studying at home, is to actually send period products to their front doors, just so it means that gaining access to period care is one less thing that they have to worry about. So we're here to talk a wee bit more about the environmental impact of period products and what we can do to help. So as I'd mentioned, the Hey Girls range is plastic-free, environmentally friendly, vegan and organic. We started our journey with the very humble period pads. Ours are made from bamboo, and our tampons are made from organic cotton. The range quickly expanded into applicator tampons and reusables, which we'll talk a wee bit more later as well. But it was really important to us that whilst we were solving the issue around period poverty, we didn't want to think around period pollution. So it was really important to us to build a brand that the products were of extremely high quality and all made with sustainable materials and organic and vegan friendly sources. So we're really proud of the range that we've developed over the years, and we know that we want to product that is not only good for you and your body but also our environment as well. We're also one of the only companies in the UK to put a "Don't Flush" sign on our individual disposable wrappers. So we launched our "Don't Rush to Flush" campaign last year in light of the understanding in the UK around 4.6 million pads and tampons are flushed down toilets. The issue that comes with this often stems from just a lack of understanding and a lack of education that pads and tampons in fact don't belong down the loo. But we also know that part of the reason that people do flush their disposable period products to do with a lack of access to adequate disposal systems, but also there's still a lot of stigma and taboo that's attached to periods in general. So I think we can sometimes be at fault to the quicker we can get rid of the evidence, the better, and what easier way to do that than down the toilet. But unfortunately, by doing so, it has massive knock-on effects and water systems in the UK. So we know that some of the blockages that occur UK-wide in our water systems cost the UK taxpayer millions and millions of pounds every year to try and fix, and it ultimately damages our water systems and makes them run less efficiently. And those products that do get flushed down the toilet manage to eventually end up in oceans, which inevitably damage marine wildlife and litter our beaches. We know that tampon applicators, for example, are one of the most commonly found litter products on UK beaches, and we just think it's about time that we really expose this and understand that the periods products don't belong. Ever in doubt, you should always wrap it and bin it and never flush it down the loo. This act of doing so has a massive impact on your environment, and it's just about taking ownership of that and really understanding the effect that you can have in making the decision to dispose of your period products more safely. So we'll go on now to talk a wee bit more about our range of reusables, which are by far some of the best selling products in the Hey Girls range. It's really, really encouraging to see, especially within the student community, just how popular our reusables are. So I'll start off with the menstrual cup. Lots of people have switched to the cup, tempted to switch. I think it can sometimes be quite a daunting product to use, especially if you're unfamiliar. So the cup itself, the Hey Girls cup, is made from medical grade silicone, which means that it's super soft and supple and kind of morphs to the shape of your body. It works in ways you would expect a tampon, except instead of absorbing the menstrual fluid, it collects it in the bell shape. we carry 2 different sizes of the menstrual cup. So we normally recommend if you're 25 or under, or you've not given birth vaginally, to go for the small. If you are over the age of 25, or you often recommend to try the large, but that by no means is a black and white rule. Every body is different, and you will know your body a lot better than anyone else. So you can be the one to gauge which size is right for you. Just some top tips for caring for your cup. Always keep it in a cool and dry place. Every one of the Hey Girls cup drink bag that you can see on the screen, and this is where you should keep your cup. You should try and avoid keeping your cup in kind of a closed container or like a plastic Tupperware, because the cup needs to be able to breathe, and it needs to have a circulation of air to keep bacteria at bay. But to usually safe, hygienic way to cope with your period. So we also sell alongside our cup the sterilising pot, which is the kind of larger red cup that you can see on the right. And basically, the rule of thumb is to always sterilise your cup before it's just pop your cup inside the sterilising pot, and there's a little lid that goes on top. You fill that up with water and ping it in the microwave, and then once that's done and cool and dry, it's ready to use. You can then continue throughout your cycle using the cup. You can wear it all day or all night, and then when you're ready to empty it, you just gently pull it out. There's lots of in the cup box to explain how to do this, but you just gently pinch the base and pull out and dispense of the contents down below, and then you just rinse the cup out under clean running water, and then you can reinsert straight away, ready for next use. The great thing about the cup is it can be worn for up to 10 hours, so it's a really easy thing to use once you get the hang of it. And to get the hang of it, you will quite often find your fold. So as I'd mentioned, in so many ways is quite similar to a tampon, and that especially comes into play in insertion. So you can see there's lots of different ways that you can insert the cup, but the aim of the game is to really try and get the shape of the cup to morph the shape of a tampon, just because you'd probably be more used to it. It's be easier to do so. So the punch down fold is quite a good one, where you just kind of tip one side of the cup down and it creates a kind of smooth application. The C fold is kind of a standard one that a lot of people start out with. And then there's also the 7 fold where you just kind of drag the one tip of the cup down across diagonally. So once you find your fold, you just gently insert the cup and give the base of the cup a couple of twists. Sometimes you'll be able to kind of feel the cup release, but to make sure that it's properly inserted, it's always worth just kind of running the rim of your thumb or finger around the base of the cup to make sure that it's fully opened, so that that bell shape is fully open and ready to work for you over the next 10 to 12 hours. One thing to keep in mind when you're trying the cup is if you have the coil, it might not be right for you, just because it can interfere with the coil. So if you have anything like that, or if you ever have any concerns, always speak to your GP. There's lots of really amazing, useful help online. The Hey Girls website is a great resource to access to answer all of your questions. So you can check out our Give a Cup a Go page for more information. But if you've ever any queries, there's no question that your GP or your doctor hasn't heard before. So always feel safe to go to them with some questions, especially if you've got things like the coil in place. We last year launched our pants range, our Do It In Your Pants campaign, which I'll let you just have a closer look at just now. The range of Hey Girls pants that we currently have been extremely popular since we've launched last year. They're kind of the perfect answer to the lazy girl period, for their sustainability measures, but also for their practicality. So You can wear the pants for up to 8 to 12 hours, depending on your flow. They come in a range of absorbencies. We generally say that for a medium absorbency of pants, you're looking at that absorbing around 3 to 4 tampons worth of flow. Whereas if you go up to a higher absorbency, that can collect up to, 4 to 5 to 6 tampons worth. So you really pick a pair just depending on your flow. We have a variety of styles available to suit different body shapes and different needs. The Hey Girls pants themselves are made from high-tech fibres with super absorbent cores to keep you comfy and dry, and they're also made from bamboo, which is a super sustainable material and really soft and comfy. In terms of caring for your pants, again, it's just about getting into a new rhythm and new habits. But once you get the hang of incorporating the pants into your period cycle, they become really, really easy to care for. So best practice would be that once you're finished wearing your pants, you can wear them all day or all night. To just rinse the gusset under cold water until the water runs clear. This just helps avoid staining on the pants and just keeps best care of them. So once you've done that, you can just pop them on a 40-degree cycle. Some people put them in delicate bags just to offer some extra protection. But you just bung them in with any other washing that you have. So they're really, really easy to look after, and they're really hard wearing as well. Once you've washed them, you just air dry. You don't put them in the tumble dryer because this would end up damaging the absorbent gusset. And also try to stay away from really strong fabric conditioners because this can actually reduce the absorbency of the pants as well. And the last range of reusable products that we offer are cloth pads, and we've also recently launched some cloth panty liners as well, which are really, really popular. So the cloth pads are a great alternative if you like to wear disposable pads but are looking for a slightly more sustainable product to use. So you wear them as you just would normal pads, but instead of the pads sticking to your pants, they come with a little kind of pop button around the back. So you just wrap that around the gusset of your pants and then just pop into place, and the pads just lay along your pants as they normally would. You can wear these for the same amount of time, so anywhere between 4 to 8 hours, depending on your flow. We have absorbencies that come in day and night, depending on how heavy you are. The pads themselves are made from bamboo again, so it's really, really soft and really comfy. We have lots of with how soft and lovely they are to wear. And they also come with a really handy wet bag. Which is out with you when you go out and about, and then that also means that when you're changing your pads, you can just wrap them back up into the little parcel, pop them into place, and then just keep them in the wet bag until you get home, and then you can wash them. And again, these guys are really easy to care for. You can soak them in cold water or rinse them clear to avoid staining. You can hand wash them if you'd prefer, or again, just put them on a kind of 30-40 delicate spin, and then as long as you air dry them, that's also a really good way to maintain their shape and to make sure that they last you for years to come. So reusables are a great option if you're looking to make the switch to an ultra sustainable period. Some of the major perks that come with them is the fact that you can wear them for really long periods of time. So the cup and the pants, you can wear for up to 12 hours. Pads, you can wear just as you would normally wear pads. The cup itself lasts up to 10 years, and the pants and pads can last anywhere between 5 and 7. So that means that when you're making out that one-time purchase for one of these items that you can use again and again, potentially up to 10 years, you're actually saving yourself hundreds and hundreds of pounds overall. You kind of take away the need to buy new products every month, and you can then make the switch to rely completely on your sustainable products. So the impact that has on the environment is massive, because you're reducing your waste and you're single-handedly lessening the amount of litter that ends up in landfill. And yeah, so they're great assets to have, and if you feel confident enough to make the switch, then definitely go for it. we don't have anyone who has made the switch and gone back to disposables. Once you find the right cup, pants or pad for you, it's definitely one that people stick with. And that's us. We're Hey Girls, and we're absolutely delighted to be working with University of Salford and bringing a period equality to campus. And we really look forward to introducing you all to our range of reusables really soon as well.
Thank you very much, Kirsten. This was great, and we are really excited to be working with you as well. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we'll have some products available at our university within the next few weeks. So we'll be informing all about that on our social media. Anyone who is interested can also message us directly for details. We will have some menstrual cups and also some reusable pads, which can be picked up from our Peel Park campus. So keep an eye on our channels, and we will let you know about the details. Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much again, Kirsten.
Amazing. Thank you so much.